Hi guys, Lori here. I'm here to start a new reading vlog. Sorry that I fell a little bit behind this month. Life has been a little bit crazy and chaotic with the show that I'm putting up and a bunch of other life stuff. So I decided to start a new reading vlog because I don't know where my other clips went to. I think they may have got deleted accidentally when I was trying to clean off my computer of older files. But I just did get my February Owl Crate and I wanted to unbox that for you guys. Yeah, so let's get into it. And then I will talk about what I'm reading and all that fun stuff. So this theme is Whimsical Beasts. I don't want to look at the card because I don't want to be spoiled. The first thing I see, is another soap, and it's Pixie Dust Crystal Soap. And we did get one of these in the Wicked King box, and this is a lovely aqua color, Pixie Dust, which is lovely, which probably has to do with and we were guaranteed a hat. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I love my Harry Potter hat so much. And this one is Accio Books, and this is a purple one. So now that I have two hats to wear, that is great. I love these hats. These hats are so well made. I've used mine all season, and I'm so happy that we got another one. This is one of my favorite Owl Crate things of all time, which is so exciting. And I'm going to put this in here so it doesn't get lost. But I was so excited when we learned we were going to get a second hat. Ooh, what is this? Oh my goodness, we got an umbrella! Oh, yay! Oh my god, okay, I will not open this right here, but oh my goodness, you have no idea how helpful this would be. I commute a lot, and I don't want to open this because I'll look it up. It's probably like all whimsical creatures, but I commute every day to work, and I always need an umbrella, and I always need like a backup umbrella. So this is actually great. This is like a perfect thing. This cover is so pretty. I'll show you what the thing is, probably what the umbrella is, but it's like animals and stuff like that. This is an Owl Crate exclusive umbrella. That was actually an awesome idea, especially in these really, really cold months. I have a hat. I have an umbrella. We did get the official Phoenix Writers Club pin, which is their enamel pin, which is awesome. I do know the book right now. I definitely do. We also got this beautiful animal keychain, which I will try to put on my bag. Ooh. And this is like a shortened version, like I think it's probably like a tea dragon. The Tea Dragon Society is coming out, so this is like a sample version of it, and it's a graphic novel. I've heard great things about this from actually I don't know, maybe it's I'll look it up. I'll look I'll look it up and see if it is a full version. It's probably like one of the versions, but that's really, really or one of the issues. Ooh. And this was the book I thought it was. It is Crown of Feathers by Nikki Paul Prita. This cover is so pretty. And this, they gave us two bookmarks. Or maybe they only gave you one, but I wound up getting two. They gave us a beautiful map on it, and then this gorgeous cover. This is such a pretty cover. Oh my god, it's so pretty. And it has colored edges, and it is signed by the author, I think, which is awesome. Yes. Let's see what else we have. This box was such a big success, I will say. Ooh, Murder and Mayhem. Ooh, inside the March box will include a travel mug for Trina's book's design. So that's awesome. I want to read the summary so I see if I can guess the book. These are the different covers that were given out. Sharpen your daggers. Our March box is all about murder and mayhem. It's an incredible debut with seamless blend of fantasy, science fiction, and a murder mystery into one epic story. The twists and turns had us all updated, and we simply couldn't put this book down until its shocking conclusion. You'll receive an awesome exclusive Allocrite edition of the book. It will be signed by the author. This will be high-quality items inspired by Nevernight, this type of Shongudo, and Game of Thrones, and more. We also feel to have... I have no idea what that book is, but that sounds so awesome. Murder and Mayhem. Oh, let me look at the card and see. What about... Your exuberant and a spirited realm takes Haku on you for guidance, so that is from Spirited Away. Let's dry this spring with your very exclusive umbrella. This gorgeous umbrella was designed by artist Annie and features many of the beloved creatures from the Harry Potter series. Fly off to Neverland with your own pixie dream soap. Get some with and inspired by Harry Potter. Oh, and this book is actually the full version of the Two Dragon Society, which is awesome. I've always actually wanted to read this. And it's a graphic novel. Thanks for Oni Press for helping us create this exclusive edition. This is so awesome. I've actually wanted to read this, and now that I got an edition, I will definitely wind up checking it out. And Crown of Feathers and Enamel Pin. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I love when you get random things that you don't expect. I definitely love the hat. I definitely love the special edition version of sorry, I'm just trying to put this stuff away so I don't lose everything. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the box. I am going to find the book that I'm reading, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to update you on that. But as always, I love these boxes so much. I really enjoy them. They're so well curated. If you have not gotten an Owl Crate box, I highly recommend. I actually don't know what the book is for the month of March, which like never ever happens. Like I always know with the books, and I love being surprised, so that's super exciting. And I'll talk to you guys in a bit for another video. Bye. Guys, I am checking back in. I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update. I did wind up finishing One Last Breath by Katie McGarry. I really enjoyed this book. I definitely wound up giving this book like 4.5, closer to 5 stars. I just love how Katie McGarry takes harder issues and really like dives into them. I thought this book was so well crafted. It basically follows Jessie and Scarlett, and you always get dual point of views in a Katie McGarry novel. And they were best friends in the past, but something happened that kind of destroyed their friendships, and now you see them so many years in the future, and they're both dealing with things that they're both dealing with situations. One is in an abusive house, and one is just dealing with the after effects of a lot of painful situations. There is an abuse warning in this book, like some elements of abuse in this book that I would just make a note of. But oh my god, I really love Jessie and Scarlett. They were like awesome to meet. They were just really, really engaging, emotional characters that I felt like a deep connection to. And yeah, I know that we're definitely going to get a book 2 in this, so I would really love to see what characters we follow. But oh my god, I really enjoyed this book. It was lovely reading Katie McGarry's writing again. I thought the ending was a little bit, I didn't say rushed, but I wasn't as engaged like in the last 25 pages of the book. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. So definitely like a 4.75 star read, but I really enjoyed it. And then I started Famous in a Small Town by Emma Mills. And right now I'm on page like 226. I'm liking it. I'm not loving it, and that's kind of what all the reviews I kind of read going into it said, especially Super Space Jack and Alexa Loves Books. I'm liking it. It's not wowing me like previous books by Emma Mills is. Like it basically follows this girl named Sophie, and she's trying to get money to go to a marching band convention, like to play at the Rose Bowl. And the only way she can think to do that to raise enough money, because it's pretty expensive, is to try to get a former pop star to come back to her town and like play for them. But it's just that plot line, I feel like, is a little bit like not as important. Like you keep forgetting that it's happening. Her friendship dynamics are interesting, but the characters just aren't capturing me the way that like I want to be captured. The boy is okay. It's not capturing my attention. Like I'm reading it pretty fast. Definitely more faster than I read this, but like this book is a little bit more emotional, hard to read. But yeah, it's okay. I would love to just finish this tonight and then move on to something else. But yeah, that's my thoughts right now on Famous in a Small Town. May pick up at the end. I would like to see how the Megan Pleasant story like comes together. But I have heard really mixed things about this book, so I'm not surprised that it's not my favorite, but it is a fun read. I will say that. Guys, Laura here. I'm back. I officially have a week off from school, and I'm super excited. So last night I did wind up finishing Famous in Love by Emma Mills. I will admit this book was just not my favorite by her. I really was not super connected to the characters, and I felt like the plot. Normally in an Mills novel, you're really like connected to the characters, and the story is just really like tightly wound. And I felt like this story just wasn't tightly wound, and I wasn't as connected to the characters. And I think there was a lot of moving pieces in this story that just didn't connect. So I definitely gave it like 3 stars. It just wasn't my favorite. And I felt like at the end, I would definitely need to reread this story, just because now that I know everything that happened, I would like go back and say like, oh, that's where that could have been a little bit tighter. But I did like it. I just didn't love it. Like I still love Foolish Heart. I still love The Adventure Ends. This book just did not really impress me as much as I wanted it to. But I did go in with kind of low expectations for various bloggers that I felt it wasn't their favorite, and it definitely wasn't mine. And then the next book that I started reading was The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. And this book, right off the bat, I'm like really intrigued by. I got this at BEA last year, and it did come out in January, so I'm a little bit behind. But it basically follows this society and this elite boarding school where 6 clones start going to school with the people that they were cloned off of. And this character named Emma is dealing with a lot. Her best friend wound up committing suicide that summer. And when she goes back to school, she realized one of these clones was done off of her best friend. And it's deals with a lot of like ethical issues in the first couple of chapters. But I'm literally 40 pages in, and I really just want to go back to reading it. So I'll definitely give you guys more of my thoughts when I actually get to reading. I have a lot of I do have a week off. I've said this a couple of times in a couple of my other videos, but I am doing a production of Willy Wonka, and I really have to get my butt in gear. But I do also have a lot of work I gotta do. And I'm also super behind on BookTube, watching videos and creating videos. So hopefully, like today and tomorrow, I can catch up on both. But I will talk to you guys when I start reading again. Bye. Guys, I'm back. I've decided to dive back into reading The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. Currently, I am on page 46, and I'm actually really liking it. I haven't read, actually, that's a lie. I read a mystery book earlier in the year, which was Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson and Dreamfall by Amy Plum, and I really like this book. But this book is like super fast paced. And you basically follow Emma. She's at a boarding school. I think I talked about it in a previous clip. But now we're learning about a secret society, and I love secret societies. It's probably one of my favorite tropes in novels, so I'm super excited about that. And yeah, I will check back in when I make a little bit more progress. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. I'm back. It's just about to be 5 o'clock, and I did actually read a bit more, so I'm now on page 80 of The Similars. This book definitely is like the perfect mix between like a mystery and like, I would say a futuristic novel. I would not say this is like, I mean, it is science fiction, but it's more like about cloning, and it's not about like foreign lands, at least right now. And I really am liking the mystery. I'm liking the characters. It has elements of like, the first Twilight, when you had those like new people, like the vampires. These aren't vampires, but they're like clones, and I really like that dynamic. You're also dealing with Emma's feelings about her dead best friend, who one of these clones looks like, and now there is a secret society involved, and she's overhearing cryptic conversations. So I'm really like, I'm reading it faster than I've been reading books like the past couple of contemporaries I've been reading. So I really hope to make some more progress on it tonight, and I will definitely check back in. But so far, it's a really solid read. I'm checking back in, and I just wanted to chat a little bit more about The Similars. It's very reminiscent of The Darkest Legacy when I read that, and it deals with a lot of like prejudice, and And, you know, in a society now where we're dealing with refugees and what makes you an American and what doesn't make you an American, this book kind of cakes it, but takes it in like a cloning way. But I think that the topic can be so applicable to our everyday lives. And I love books that deal with ethics like that in like a really like well balanced way. But I'm really liking the conversation that's happening. I'm loving how the characters are forced to work together, and I love how there's very different sides that you see told through different point of views, and I'm really, really enjoying it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check back in. I'm on page 90 now, and I hope to read more tonight. But yeah, that was just a topic I wanted to thrust in, that it does have issues that can be very, very applicable to our everyday lives. Hey guys, Lori here. I'm checking back in. I just got up to page 142 in The Similars by Rebecca Handover. This book is really fast-paced and really intriguing. It basically takes place at a boarding school, and there's a lot of political intrigue, a lot of like, it's definitely more of a thriller. I would say it kind of reminds me of a book kind of like The Mortal Coil, which has like a science-y like premise, but is very much like a thriller. It's definitely like, it has elements of like mystery and mystery all around. I love the elements of secret society, and I love the characters. It's a really interesting read, and I'm like, wouldn't say I'm flying through it, but this print is on the bigger side, or at least it feels like it's on the bigger side. But yeah, I'm really liking it. Right now, it's definitely like a 5, 4.5 through 4-star read, but I hope to make some more progress tonight, and I'll check back in as I make more progress. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, I'm checking back in. I've started doing this a lot recently. Sorry, late. I started like reading really late in the night, in the evenings on Saturday. So hopefully I can read a little bit more. But sorry, my voice is still just not back to where it is. I think I really do have a severe case of laryngitis, and I probably should go back to the doctor. So that's on my to-do list that I have off this week. But I did get up to page 216 in The Similars. This book is a really complicated mystery. There's like a bunch of different threads in it. And I'm really enjoying it. It definitely has like some elements of like the Twilight vibe, but not like a bad Twilight, like, you know, people with like weird abilities and stuff like that, almost like aliens, but they're really clones. I like how there's a bunch of different mysteries going on, and I'm curious to see how they're all gonna like tie together at the end. That's something I'm really enjoying. There's one twist I'm praying does not happen. This book started with a suicide, and I'm hoping that one particular twist doesn't happen. I'll let you know at the end if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But so far, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really want to read some more. It's also dealing with a lot of like ethical issues, like if you clone someone, are they a human? If you clone someone, are they American? And I think that that's really interesting, especially in our political climate. So that's really interesting. But yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more, and I will definitely check in. If I stay up later, I'll probably check in tonight, but I'll definitely check in tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. Lori here. I'm back. I did have the week off from school, and because I have not had to talk a lot, I've kind of put myself on, like, vocal rest. I've been recommended by several doctors to stop talking. It's so incredibly hard, especially being a booktuber, so that's why this video, I didn't update every single day because I really wanted to rest my voice. My voice seems a lot better. I just hope that for the next couple of weeks it stays good. I do have this week off, and I have a week off in April, and I hope that by that point I'll get used to not screaming, which is hard it's not even the kids, it's more of like the setting I'm in, and I just tend to scream a lot, and I have to just not do that. But I did want to finishing The Similars by Rebecca Handover. I actually really enjoyed this book. I thought it was like really well crafted. I did say that there was a twist that I like was afraid was gonna happen, and it did happen, and that's why I didn't say the twist in the beginning of the video, because I was like, oh my god, if I say this, I'm totally gonna spoil this book for all my followers. But that twist did happen, and I was okay with it. I don't think it was like my favorite twist, but I didn't hate it. I will definitely be checking out book 2. I thought that this book handled like we live in a society where like refugee rights are really interesting, and you know, they kind of equated that with clone rights. I thought that was super interesting. I thought all the mysteries in this book were super compelling and I was really captured by it. This book I definitely gave like 4 stars as a read and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that's my thought on the similars. And then I wound up picking up The Adventures Guild by Zach Zoran Clark and Nick Eleftheriou. And I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm on page 138 so far, and when I was younger, I played Dungeons and Dragons with my best friend, like on a loop, and this book just reminds me so much of a campaign from that. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm like flying. There's definitely a middle grade, and it basically follows these 2 boys, Zed and Brock, and in their society, after you turn a certain age, you get to be like enlisted in like a guild, and they're from their families. They all have guild like preferences, but there's also this guild out there. It's called the Adventures Guild, and they basically go around the world and they protect these people from these monsters. And these 2 boys wind up getting chosen for the Avengers Guild, and there's a lot of twists and tricks that come up. And one of the characters is half elven, which I think is really interesting. And it's just a super fast-paced read. So hopefully I'm gonna try to tackle more of this tonight. I'll probably check back in maybe when I'm closer to being done. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's quite a fun read, and I did get book 2 from BEA, so I might actually try not reading them back to back. But now that my voice sounds a little bit better, I will hopefully check back in a little bit more this week, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! Hi guys, Lori here. I just woke up, so that's why my voice sounds a little bit scratchy. But yeah, I did make some progress. I'm now on page 210 in the Adventures Guild. My big goal is to finish this today. But yeah, I'm really liking it. I'm loving the 2 male point of views. I'm loving all the twists and turns in this story. I'm loving the guild culture. It's definitely like a really fast-paced read, and I'm just really, there's also a lot, it also deals with elements of like prejudice, which I think is super interesting. But it definitely does remind me of like a D&D campaign. Today I have to go back to my school, even though I'm off today. I have to go drop off a bunch of stuff from my show. And I have to go to to go get some materials for the show that I'm working on. So I will be on a train. I'll be on like a subway and stuff like that. So hopefully I will get some reading done, but I will have my cousin with me. So I don't really know. But I just wanted to check in and tell you guys that I am really enjoying the Adventures Guild and really hope that I could finish this book today. Hi guys, Lori here. I'm back. I did get a small haircut, and I just wanted to say that if I'm playing with my hair, it's just because it's new. But yeah, so yesterday I didn't really, I wasn't able to update because I was in the city all day. I did have the day off, but I had to do some errands for my production of Willy Wonka. But I did get some reading done, so I wanted to share that with you guys. It's about 1:16 on Friday. I did wind up finishing The Adventures Guild by Zach Zoran Clark and Nick Eleftheriou, which I'm probably saying his last name wrong. But I actually really like this book. When I was younger, I played and read a lot of the D&D books and games. I like play that with my best friend. So this book was very reminiscent of like a campaign. I really enjoyed it. I love the dual point of views. It is very rare in middle grade books that you get books solely from even YA and middle grade. It's very rare that you get a book told only from a male point of view, which this is what there was 2 point of views, but they were both male, and I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was a really fun, fast-paced novel. I liked the structure of the society. There was a lot of name thrown at you in this book, which was like a little bit confusing for me. So I was like always wondering like who these people were. So the end twist I think lost its like appeal to me a little bit just because I was struggling to remember who was who. But I gave it like 3.5 stars. I have book 2, so I'll definitely be checking it out. I thought it was just a really fun, fast-paced read that I really read super fast. I'm also in the middle of listening to Briar's book, which is the 4th book in the Circle of Magic series. And right now I have about 27 minutes left. And I'm really excited to finally finish this series. It was my goal to finish it last year, and I just never got around to it. And early this morning, I did start Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the book for the Time Warp YA Book Club, and I am on page 14. What I would love to do is finish like 70 pages a day and be reading another book. I don't know if that's like really doable, but it is my plan. I also may get to 70 pages and just want to keep reading, so we will see how much reading I do get done today. But I do have to do some prep work for school because I really want to spend the rest of the weekend making videos and prepping videos for you guys. So that is what I'm going to go do, and when I get back to reading, I will definitely check back in. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, I'm checking back in. I did wind up finishing Briar's book by Tamora Pierce, which is the third book in the first series in the Circle of Magic series. I really liked it. I thought that it was a great conclusion to the series, and I loved how you definitely it was a nice I definitely enjoyed being in Briar's head, and he's the last character in that series. It was his book. But I did like how it tied everything together, and I'm super excited to start the next series because it's my goal to finish that world this year. But yeah, so that's the book I just finished, and then I made some more progress on Crown of Midnight, and now I'm on page 36. I would love to get up to page 70 and then start another book, but we will see if that actually happens. But the one thing I love about Sarah J. Maas's writing is her world building is just spectacular. Sometimes I struggle with her romances a little bit, but her world and how she crafts her world is fabulous. This book has a very, at least right now in the first three books in the series, which I have read, it's a very prominent love triangle, and I don't know if that stays. I know that there's very various opinions. I have tried to stay so spoiler free for this, so I really don't know much, but I do love the relationship she has with both people, like Dorian and Cal. Still don't know which one I like better, honestly. I'm still a little bit torn. But overall, I do like this book. I read it before, and it has a heartbreaking ending, so I'm really curious to see how I feel about it now. But the one thing I definitely do say is I love her world building, and when I get into page 70, I'll definitely check back in. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Hi guys, I'm checking back in. It is Saturday, so this is my last 2 official days off for my break, which is really exciting. But I do plan to get a lot of filming done for you guys the next 2 days. I want to have as much prepped videos as possible, so I'm going to film as much as I can for you guys. It's also it's not warm, but it's nicer weather, so I'm going to try to go for a bike ride, and I'm going to try to put on an audiobook. I don't know which audiobook it's going to be. It might be Wizards of Once by Cressida Cowell, because I've had that on my queue for a while, and it's a little bit of a shorter audiobook, so it's possible I might be able to finish it before the month's end. But I did make some more progress on Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I'm now on page 108. I definitely want to get to 144 today, which I think is definitely doable. But the one thing I'm really liking about this book is it's a very tightly wound mystery, and I love when libraries are mentioned in books. I love it. And I forgot how much focus it was on a library in the first part of this book. But I'm loving Selena as a character, and the one thing I'm really loving is the dynamic between her and Cal and her and Dorian. It's a really interesting relationship, and I'm really curious to see which way I fall in later books. I definitely like her and Cal right now, but that might totally change. I think when I started reading it, I was definitely a fan of her and Dorian. But I haven't read this book in so long, so I'm forgetting what actually happens. I know that there's a big thing happens at the end of this book, and I remember that very distinctly, but I don't remember what comes before it really. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm just loving the world. The one thing Sarah J. Maas does really, really well is she creates such fascinating worlds that are so fascinating and so compelling, and I do like this relationships or this dynamics a lot better than her ACOWAR series. I think that the relationships she shows are just a little bit more healthier to me, and they don't seem as bad, I guess I would say. But I'm really enjoying it, so I'm definitely going to check back in once I film a little bit for you guys, and hopefully once I come back from my bike ride, I'll tell you guys what I think about the Wizards of One series. But I will talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Hey guys, because I'm trying to prep as many videos as possible for you guys, I'm gonna end this reading vlog here, and then tomorrow or today at some point I'll just start a new reading vlog. But I just wanted to review what I read. During this video, I read Famous in a Small Town by Emma Mills. That was definitely my least favorite book of this readathon, this reading time. I liked it, I didn't love it, and I'll talk more about that in my wrap-up. And then I read Similars by Rebecca Hanover, which was a mystery thriller that dealt with a lot of science fiction elements and cloning, and I really liked that book. I think that was probably one of my favorite reads of this reading vlog. And then I read The Adventurers Guild by Jack Jack Lauren Clark and Nick Eleftherisis, and that was like a D&D mixed story, like an adventuring, and I really liked it. I gave it like 3.5 stars. And then I wound up finishing listening to Briar Story, which was done by Tamora Pierce, which I actually really enjoyed. And that was the conclusion to her series. And then during this reading vlog, I started reading Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, and I'm now on page 110. And Wizard of Once by Cressida Cowell, which I'm listening to, but I am on chapter 5. So that's all the stuff that I wound up reading. I think my voice is definitely back from the brink of destruction, which has been awesome. And I actually had a really, really nice week off. It was relaxing, and I felt bad in the month of February that I did not have anything prepped, and I felt bad about that. So hopefully in March I will have more prep videos for you guys. That's what I'm going to do today and tomorrow. But yeah, so let me know in the comments what you wound up reading over the past couple of weeks. If you had a break from your job or work or whatever you do, what did you wind up reading? I had a very successful reading week, and I'm excited to see what I can tackle before the actual end of February and what I decide to read in March. So be sure to follow me on all my platforms for all this information, and I will talk to you guys probably later tonight for another video.